So what I want to talk about is about the engine oil level. It's specific to these newer vehicles that don't have a dipstick. So this is a Ram 15100 pickup 2025 with a 3.0 Hurricane turbo. When I was looking this up, because on the moment I was looking up procedures and if anyone encountered this stuff, and all I found was more like stuff on Facebook about people complaining about it and saying that people did it wrong and this and that. So here it says the oil level check. The 3.0 engine does not have a traditional dipstick, and there is no manual check of the oil level. Okay, there is a bar gauge which shows the approximate oil level. So now we go from a system that gives you an approximate level instead of just giving you, excuse me, what we always had, and is we always had with these vehicles a a way that you can for sure say exactly what the oil level was. And what was that? A dipstick. You pull that out, it would tell you exactly what the oil level was at. You knew if you overfill it, you knew if you didn't if you underfill it, you could it will be easier to set the vehicle to level. Okay. So as long as the oil level is between the minimum and the maximum, minimum and maximum is this and that. So don't think that this is quartz. I don't even know what this is showing exactly, but we will get to that in a second. Okay. My problem with this is not getting it to the temperature. It's just how long it takes to get a vehicle to 180 while the car's not moving. And you can rev the crap out of it. I wouldn't recommend just revving the car just to be able to get it to 180. That to me makes no sense. And then park the vehicle on a relatively level surface. That's easy. Most shops have a decently level floor. Turn the engine off, and wait 5 minutes. So you still, even though after you get to this level, you have to turn off the vehicle for 5 minutes. Cycle the ignition back to run position and wait 5 more minutes. So you turn off the car for 5 minutes, and then you turn on the vehicle for 5 minutes and start the engine, and the new oil will be available in the vehicle information. My problem with this procedure, or whatever you want to call it, is the wait times. Okay. So now we went from a vehicle that you could probably do an oil change in 5 minutes. Now you have to wait around 10 minutes just on waiting. That's without actually doing the actual filling, driving the car, making sure the car is not leaking. You cannot do any of that until you actually set this vehicle to level. Um, so this car is just a massive waste of time. Now let's just look here. It tells you how to do it and all that, and to wait the 5 minutes. The same thing in the engine oil and oil filter. I'm here just to see what is the amount that they want you to put, because this is where I had an issue and how I ended up falling into this. Okay. So I was working on the high output. The standard output takes the same amount of oil. So the high output says, as per the manufacturer, says that it takes 7.5 quarts. When you introduce 7.5 quarts to this vehicle, it's gonna be right here, right at the max mark. You know what that is gonna happen when the vehicle is at 7.5, right at the mark? It says if the oil level is either too high or too low, a red bar will be illuminated. I've never seen something scarier to me than putting a little bit over the max on this car. This car is throw out a bunch of warnings. It tells you to go service the car immediately, to do an oil change, to reset the gauge. It tells you a bunch of warning lights, which is unnecessary. If the car is at level, to the level that the manufacturer wants you to, this shouldn't happen. Or they have to update this gauge where they allow you a little more of give in between the oil levels, or just update your information here. Just change this to 7.3 or 7.0, because most places now I just put in 7 quarts. They might still charge the customer 7.5, but nobody in the lube side or anybody that has dealt with this transmission with this engine before is going to put the right amount, because the car is going to start fussing about the fact that it's overfilled when it's not. It's at level, and I confirmed it because I drained it again, cut everything that I put in into it, measured it, and then put it back into the car, and it was still fussing. So my issue again is with how blind now you are with everything. For example, if a car comes in, let's just play this game. How many times have a car gone to a shop because it's low on oil, and all you got to do is just pull the dipstick out, look at the oil, or the customer saying my car is leaking oil. You can now not check this vehicle's oil level until you turn it on and let it run until it's warm. So now, let's say that car comes in 3 quarts low. You're gonna start that car. You're gonna run it for a couple of minutes. You're gonna shut it off, and then the screen is gonna start telling you that the oil is low, as it has been running for 30 minutes or X amount of minutes, but it's still running on low oil. So to me, this is like the dumbest thing that the automotive world could have done. Is just remove a disc stick out of a car. It's just something that did not needed to change. I get it. We want technology and all of that, but I don't think anyone was asking. And there is no real necessity for this, because you could say, oh, maybe they need this, prolong the longevity of the engine. I get that, but then all they will have to do is just add the sensor, and still give me a dipstick. Most people won't check this, but for the facility of just making this more comprehensive to the owners, this shouldn't be a thing. I think this needs to be updated, and that I don't know. I feel the cars are just getting worse and worse by the day, and this is not something that is helping. But again, guys, I don't want to go on an hour long rant about how bad new cars are. I just want to point out this, because this is an experience that I ended up happening with my manager on Friday, right before I got out of work. But again, thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, or you guys have a few comments or concerns, or you guys want to tell me something, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, man, you guys have a good one, and I appreciate you guys watching.